Hello everyone, it's Christopher Molander. Today I'm here with Ezekiel Dobson with the Arizona Birding Guides, and he's going to be sharing with us some of the things that he's done, his experiences here, and what he thinks about as a birder here in southern Arizona in the best areas and locations to check out. He was the #1 birder on eBird in 2024. Ezekiel, great to have you here today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, so I have a couple questions for you, but what do you feel is the best locations to bird here in southern Arizona?
I think obviously it's going to be Madera Canyon,
Okay.
like Santa Rita Lodge. That place is a great place to get pictures of a lot of the iconic Arizona birds. It's a good spot for Rivoli's hummingbird, hepatic tanager, Arizona woodpecker, Mexican jays, just like every southeastern Arizona bird you can think of, it's probably a good spot. And other places in mind, like Tubac, that's a great place because you have the Santa Cruz River that comes up from Mexico, so most of the warblers and hawks use that as they're migrating in the day or at night. But you'll get lots of good warblers, gray hawks breed through the river there, green kingfisher as well.
What got you into birding, just out of curiosity?
So it all started when I was about 12 years old. I was living in the northern panhandle of Idaho.
Okay.
And I picked up a field guide to the birds of Idaho, and I just memorized like every bird in the book. And since I was so young, you know, most of my birding was very local. I birded in my backyard or just walking the neighborhood. And you know, I just did, you know, just a little checkbox in the back of the book and knocked off one by one. It's addicting. It's really fun for sure.
Yeah. So what does it take to become the #1 birder in the U.S.?
Well, a big factor is money for sure. Being able to travel whenever, at any point. Yeah, flexibility.
Yeah.
Just being free at any point to chase birds. Obviously, you got to know where the birds are. So like you got to have good online resources. You got to have a good community of birders as well that you know, to get word out to you about birds. Also a big thing is just being able to drive anywhere within like a 24-hour period, because birds have wings, they can fly away at any point.
Yeah.
So the goal is to be there as quickly as possible to get that one rare bird.
Yeah.
And those one rare birds, like those add up. Like in my big year, I got like over 50 of those, and if I didn't chase anything, I would have been barely over 700.
What's the rarest bird you found last year?
Well, I had an American flamingo fly by in Alabama.
Oh,
that
wow.
was just really random and crazy. So yeah, that was pretty cool.
What's the bird that you need to have? Like if there's one bird that you wanted to, like, no matter what, this is the bird I want to see that you haven't seen so far, what would that be?
I feel like swallow-tailed gull is kind of a nemesis bird for me.
Okay.
I've chased it a few times and dipped on it too late, or it was gone the next day. They hunt at night, they eat squid and stuff, so it's most likely a guarantee you won't be there the next day. So when they show up, and most likely they get found around 1 or 2 p.m., you have to be within a good driving distance to get it before the sun goes down. So yeah, that's one I've missed like 4 times now.
Have you ever done anything like where it's like at super late at night or super early in the morning to like that's the only time that those birds are out? I'm assuming there's a couple who are maybe more nocturnal or something.
Yeah, I mean early morning is definitely the best to be there. I feel like sometimes first thing in the morning the bird will be there, and then after an hour or two it'll fly away and never get seen again.
Yeah.
So like you see these people coming up like, oh sorry, you know, I was doing laundry or something this morning. It's like, you could have seen this bird by now, but you didn't come here first thing in the morning. So yeah, that's crucial for picking up birds, is, you know, being there at first light. And then with owls and stuff, yeah, I'd just say like around midnight is like best time to look for owls.
Yeah. Is there more places in Tucson to go birding, or is there more places in Sabarita, Green Valley, Tubac?
There's definitely a lot of places in Tucson. It's just hard to get around with all the traffic and not as much interstates. But Sweetwater Wetlands, that's like one of the top places in the world for complete checklists, which is based on how many people bird there. So I feel like every time I go there, you see like 30 or 40 birders just constantly walking around. So there's a lot of good birds that gets found there, and that's North Tucson. But places in Sahuarita, you have Desert Meadows Park. That's a great place for hummingbirds. I mean, the birds are literally just like dripping in front of your face if you want like killer photographs.
Wow.
Yeah, but it's a great place for sparrows as well.
Yeah. What kind of inspired you to move to Sahuarita?
It's a great location for just birding in Arizona for the state.
Yeah.
I mean, you're so close to the interstate, so you can get on the interstate within just a few minutes and be in Tucson in 20 minutes. Or you could go down to Tubac in 30 minutes, or like head over to the Chiricahuas in like 2.5 hours, which often you will have to do when chasing birds. But I mean, it's just a great location, very safe place to live. Such a good community of birders as well.
And I'm assuming since you're a bird guider, you meet a lot of beginners and people are just getting into it. Is there anything that you recommend them having, tools, equipments, resources to check out?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, being familiar with eBird is a great resource for like knowing where birds are, what the recent sightings were.
Yeah.
But Arizona Birding Guides, that's the company I work for. You could book a tour through us, and we could just take you around. Basically, you just send us a list of targets of birds you want to see, and we just take it from there. We literally find every spot for those birds, and we'll drive you around and take you to them.
Okay. So how does it work? So when you're out there, you have binoculars, your camera set up, if you're trying to get photos. Are there any secret techniques you use to attract and find birds when you're out there?
Yeah, so binoculars is probably the most important thing while out birding.
Yeah.
I mean, having a camera isn't really essential for birding, but it's nice if you find a rare bird, you get a photograph of it. A lot of people believe you, you have proof of it. A technique would be bringing a speaker for using playback as well. Obviously, if you're responsible with it, you can kind of lure birds in to get better looks of them, or if you have like one specific target, like a flame-colored tanager, those can be elusive sometimes, and if you play, their chatter call, usually they'll fly right into you. So that's like kind of a life hack for birding.
So what was the first bird that kind of got you hooked into birding?
Yeah, so as the birding community describes it, a spark bird. I was just walking in my backyard and I flushed what I thought was a chicken. At the time I was like, that's weird. But it turned out to be a ruffed grouse after I'd done some research, and that was a pretty sweet bird that really got me hooked into birding. For some people it's just mourning doves or blue jays at their feeders, but that's a really unique bird.
That's cool. Where was that at?
That was in Idaho.
Oh, okay.
So we were backed up to a national forest.
Okay.
And
so how's the transition from Idaho to Sabarita?
well, the birding community is so much better. I mean, I feel like
Yeah.
there's birders everywhere you go here, and that honestly helps with just birds getting found. I feel like in the dry season in the desert, it can be really quiet at times, but just because there's birders like constantly everywhere, birds get found, and you're never bored here. You're always chasing stuff, or you're always county listing, or you're always just birding random parks. It's a lot of fun.
Thank you so much for coming, and I appreciate you taking some time to share your thoughts about the community, about birding, and about this area, because it's a great area to live, and it's great to see all the different aspects of it and hobbies and different things that people enjoy here, because it's such a unique environment and it has so many things that it offers. If you want to contact Ezekiel, you can schedule a bird tour at the Arizona Birding Guides. Again, my name is Christopher Molander with Embark Realty, and if you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate here in Green Valley, give me a call at 520-345-4281. I'd love to be able to help you, and I got your back when making real estate moves here in Green Valley, Arizona.